Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us tonight for the first micro pitch event of 2022. Of course, we want to thank our host location, the city of Hampton, as well as the cities of Newport News, Poquoson, and Greater Williamsburg, which consists of the city of Williamsburg, James City County, and York County. Hey, Tim, what's in store for tonight?
Yeah, thanks, Gary. As mentioned, this is our first event of 2022. And after tonight, we'll have 3 more micro pitch events, which leads up to our finale in November. So if you're wondering when the next ones are going to be, we're going to have a micro pitch in April, September, and October. And the way that all of these micro pitch events work, including the one tonight, will be we target between 7 and 10 pitchers for each event. And then the top 3 of those, each of those events will then move on to the finale in November. That will then create the top 12 pitchers throughout the year. And then we'll determine who the top 3 businesses are of 2022. So that is what's in store. Before we get started, Gary, what are the rules of the house?
So one thing that's really, really important is that we all get excited and we want to text people and we want to in the chat and tell them how great we think they're doing. So we ask that you not do that in the group chat feature because it will most likely distract everyone else from listening to who's pitching. And it might also distract the pitcher because they'll see this comment come up. So if you want to reach out to somebody, please don't do it in the everyone comments section. Reach out to that specific person in the chat, and then you can, and don't do it when they're pitching, but just reach out to them maybe afterwards. There'll be some downtime a little bit later and make a note of who you wanted to talk to, but then just connect to them individually. So as Tim mentioned, we have, I believe we have 7 pitchers tonight.
8.
We have 8 pitchers tonight. Okay, so we have 8, and here's how that works. So each pitcher gets 3 minutes to pitch their business. And then that's followed by 2 minutes of Q&A with the judges. And the way the Q&A works is that each of the 3 judges will ask their question, one after the other, and then the pitcher will have 2 minutes to answer those questions. So what's key for you as pitchers is to have something, a piece of paper or whatever, and a pen to write down the questions that the judges ask, because they're going to rapid fire ask them. And then when they finished, you can go on to go ahead and answer their questions. And so again, just don't start to answer any questions until the 3rd judge has given his or her question to you. So Tim, speaking of judges, who are the judges tonight?
Yeah, it's a super cool judge panel that we have. This is our 10th year doing this. We put a lot of time in picking the judges. Judges are either everyone's favorite part of the event or the least favorite, depending on how well they do in the competition. But in some sense, it's almost like bringing the band back together and expanding as we go. So the first judge that we have is someone that is new to the area, Eileen Brewer. She is the new 757 collab mentor, director of mentorship, making sure that
Wrangler.
Yes, making sure that everything is smooth there. So the great thing about that, everybody, is that the more visibility you have as a company, the better off you're going to be. So if you transition to startup studios, the name is already familiar, so you're already tracking down the path that you should be progressing. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. Next up, we have Marty Kazabowski, and Marty has been in several roles over the course of the last decade that I've known Marty, but most recently, he is now he is a mentor for the ICAP program for Virginia through George Mason University. And that is, again, this is another step as you progress through your Start Peninsula journey. If you go through the ICAP program, Marty's probably going to be one of the people that you possibly could be working with, and he's going to help guide you through that process. So thank you, Marty. And last but not least, my bestie, Zach Miller. We've been at this for 10 years as well. Also co-host of the Fervent 4 show, author of Anomaly, and the founder of Hatch back in the day. Lots of great stories leading back to that, those times. So Zach, thank you so much for joining us tonight. And that rounds out our judges, Gary. And
I was being respectful and I went on mute, sorry. So did you want to cover how these are going to roll, or do you want me to cover that for you, Tim?
yeah, I think that, so it's interesting. Since we don't have 10 pitchers tonight, we're just going to go ahead. We'll power through everything. Then we'll take a break once the judges peel off and go into their deliberation, and then we'll take our quick minute break. We'll come back. The judges will have decided who the top 3 finalists are. We'll announce those, and then we'll adjourn for the night. But I understand that all the pitchers are nervous. This is the platform for you to validate your business. So have fun with this. This is a learning opportunity for you. So just as a reminder, when it is your turn to pitch, unmute yourself. And if you're going to share your screen, if you have slides, then share your screen. Once you're done with your pitch, please stop sharing your screen. Again, the judges are going to ask you your question or their questions. Wait for the last question to be asked, and then we'll put 2 minutes on the clock. I will be your timer tonight. I'll let you know when you run out of time on 3 minutes for your pitch, 2 minutes for your questions. And then when you're done, just remute your mic and have fun and enjoy the night.
Okay, you all ready to get started? I'm seeing happy faces that say yes.
Yeah.
So we'll get started. So Gavin, when he gets here, he will, or somebody, Tim or Gavin, will put into the message to everyone in the chat section who the next pitcher is going to be, so you'll be ready. Does everybody know the pitch order? Can just tell you real quick who you're going to be, and then you won't be frightened by it. So first pitcher is Jeanette with Bobo Collective, and then Harry, then Adrian, Anita, Kamika, Levi, Thomas, and there's an 8th person.
Derek Scott.
What's that?
Derek Scott.
Okay, so we're ready for Jeanette. Are you ready? Okay.
I'm as ready as I'm gonna be.
There you go. So the floor is yours, and everybody else just go on mute while Jeanette's doing her thing, and then we won't have any interruptions from the sound. And Jeanette, it's all yours.
All right, thank you, judges, for hearing me out. Howdy, I am Jetty. I am the founder and CEO of the Black-owned, Black-operated collective, or BOBO for short. We are not just a startup, we are an upstart. We're a business-to-business brainchild solution for circulating Black spending and creating trade partnerships for those who ask themselves what they can do to support Black businesses. The problem is that Black American consumers disproportionately outspend on consumer packaged goods, but despite being a powerful consuming bloc in key industries, they've been overlooked for research and development, retail investment, and accurate representation of products that reflect their needs and preferences. So enter my company, Bobo. Bobo is a supply chain and manufacturing collective that helps Black makers of CPG products enter the market to produce those goods at a scale of production that makes them able to meet the minimum order amounts at retail. We then market them to companies looking for diversity, equity, and inclusion procurement. My why for building my company was a natural evolution of my skill sets, my background, and my sales experience. I was a boutique owner who learned through my struggles to get my own product launched, about the growing desire of the Black consumer to buy Black. However, it wasn't until COVID-19, along with the spotlight on racial inequality, that I understood the necessity for why that was, and the rest is history. So what we're asking is that you join us in walking away from the crumbs left at the table, where we can work together to create a table of our own. Simply put, the answer is collective, the Bobo Collective. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Jenny.
Welcome.
You got something to write down, some questions? Let me know when you're ready, and we will release the hounds.
Thumbs up.
Ready? We're gonna start with Eileen. So Eileen, you can ask Jenny your question.
Yes, hi, Jenny. Thank you. I was curious if you could describe a little bit about your growth, say like a 3, 6, 9 month or 12 month, 18 months, say from now to 18 months, what your growth projection is.
Okay, and then Marty?
Yeah, really two things. One, how do you make money? I mean, how is this a revenue generating thing? And I know I don't always get two questions, but I'm going to throw another one out there. Why doesn't this exist already?
And then Zach?
Yeah, the business setup, is it a nonprofit to help businesses kind of in the same way with Marty? Is there what's the sales mechanism? What's the revenue mechanism in there? It's the business model is very unclear.
Yeah.
Okay, Jenny, the floor is yours again. I think Tim gives you 2 minutes and you're ready to go.
Okay, so for the first question, I think the sales mechanism seems to be the biggest question. The sales channels that we are going to be using, it's the buyer is the big box retailer and government contracts. We're actually in the process of becoming small business, woman owned and minority certified. So one of the channels that we're going to use to produce payments is going to be through government contracts that we're sourcing. Okay, so that's the sales channel. We're not a nonprofit. We are a C corporation seeking B corporation status, just so that you know. Our two buyers are the product creative who purchases the product, the process to join us, and then the big box retailer who will pay for their product at the end of the process. As far as our growth, we are still in beta. We are testing. Our first product is set to launch on Juneteenth. So I have a better projection for you right now. It's looking like for our forecast, for 2022 that we're slated to make 3 million. The way that it works is that a product creative will come in, they will create 2 prototypes, and we will send it out to the end user, which would be our big box retailer, who will then buy a larger quantity. That would be anywhere from 10,000 to 25,000. Right now we're in contracts with Target for our first order. And that's pretty much the answer that I have for you as of right now.
What's in that order?
So they are the pre-sale, right? Because we pre-sold the product to them before we even sent it. It's based on a sample. Is for 25,000 for 250 stores. 25,000 units.
I'm
for
still confused about
250
how you
stores.
make money. How do you make money though?
So we sell it to them per unit. So they're ordering 25,000 units. The way that we make money is we do a 60-40 split on the sale. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that is time.
Okay, thanks everybody. That was Jenny Profil from the Bobo Collective. Thanks, Jenny. Harry Rodriguez from 757 Cultivations is next. Are you ready, Harry?
Yeah, I'm ready as I can be right now.
Okay, the floor is yours. Judges, are you all ready before we get started? Judges, all good? Eileen's good? Zach's good? Okay, the floor is yours. Harry, go ahead.
How you guys doing? My name is Harry from 757 Cultivations. I've been an expert in the cannabis industry for over a decade. I'm passionate about the science and the art of growing, and I see a huge need in the community. The industry is one of the fastest growing, and with Virginia just opening laws and regulations surrounding the growing of cannabis, the market is a prime. And I want to educate and support the local community with the storefront. There's currently 5 to 6 shops in Hampton Roads, but none with easy access for Yorktown and Gloucester or Newport News residents. I've already built a global and social following, and I have a living brand under 757 Cultivations. I've worked with sponsors, endorsers, and at this next step for my growth as an entrepreneur and a community contributor. I have an LLC underway, EIN on the way, and I will use this competition earnings to secure a storefront I have already identified and vetted. The store will be all levels of experience in growing and cultivating, not only in cannabis, but culinary herbs and other plants. I'll provide workshops and hands-on learning experiences from brand new on the scene to advanced. I have both a business mentor, and established business presence in the Newport News area assisting me, as well as a local respected entrepreneur giving me advice along the way. I did have a slideshow set up and some stuff, but for some odd reason, my device, which is the computer, is too old to share it. So I apologize, but I'm just trying to be someone's new apple fritter, you know? So that's really all I have right now.
Okay, so you got something to write down, some questions from the judges?
I do.
Okay,
You
we're gonna
had
start
me
with
at apple
Marty.
fritter.
Huh?
I said you had me at apple fritter. Damn.
Did I?
Yeah. So.
We're gonna
so
start with Marty first.
All right, so for the record, I may or may not have actually grown cannabis in my dorm room in 1979. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm way ahead of the curve on that one. Same question. How do you make money? I mean, what are you actually selling, and how do you get people to pay you money to do that?
We're going to Zach.
Yeah, this world, I agree, is growing like crazy. It seems like a lot of businesses' biggest challenge, even if they have some traction, is to be able to acquire an insane amount of capital very, very quickly. It sounds like you're a retail joint that's going to have some sort of educational aspect of it, that's going to sell on premise. Have you found that, knowing that other businesses in this world are needing a ton of capital, do you believe that you're going to need a ton of capital too, or how do you kind of handle that?
Okay, and then Eileen.
So oftentimes startups are very, very passionate about an idea and a concept and a solution that they want to bring to market, and maybe a little bit slow on actually doing the research on how much is it actually going to cost me every month to operate, and how much revenue do I have to get to cover my operating costs and have some profits left over to keep growing the business. So have you done any financial forecasting, and can you tell us what your operating costs will be per month and what your projected forecast will be, your sales?
Okay, so Harry, you'll have 2 minutes to answer those questions you've just been given. So the floor is yours.
All right. So as far as the money making, I would be selling the equipment, the knowledge. I'll have workshop classes. That's as far as making money goes. That's what I always have, is as far as the equipment, like from the tents to lights, to the soil, to the nutrients, to the setup of the clones. And as well as I'll be going to people's houses to set up. That's what I've been doing recently these past 8 months since my Instagram has started. By the way, give me a follow on Instagram, 757 Cultivations. As far as capital goes, yeah, as of right now, I would definitely need capital. As far as how much, I haven't figured that out yet as much. But and for financial forecasting, as far like I said earlier in my pitch, I do have a business mentor. I have 2 business mentors that are showing me the way and making sure that I figure all this out beforehand. Like I said, I did see a venue, and I'm trying to open up within the next 2 months. And I have a line of vendors from different companies, from my sponsors, from AC Infinity, all the way to Fox Farm, from Canada to California.
Okay, you got about 20 seconds if there's anything else that you want to add.
Man, let's see. Other than that, I mean, this is a first-time business. I'm a first-time business owner. I am very dedicated to my brand, 757 Cultivations. I've only been doing this for 8 months, and I've generated about 7,000 followers. And I'm very known in the local community, especially in the grow shops.
And that's time.
Okay, thanks, Harry. Again, that was Harry Rodriguez from
Thank you.
757 Cultivations. Okay, Adrian, you're up next. Let the judges finish up with Harry's stuff, and then Adrian, are you ready?
Can you all see my screen? Okay. Yeah, I didn't see I was on mute there. All right. All right, welcome to Championship, where winners win. Accessibility, convenience, and ease. So these are the three essential components that the sports betting industry is lacking. There are not many ways to place a sports bet, whether it's a head-to-head bet or a regular bet against the house. Now, you do have the options of traveling to a casino, but still many people aren't so inclined to do so since COVID is still in full effect. Now you have other unlikable means like a bookie or legal betting websites, which of course aren't secure. Now, you do have the options of also using fantasy sites or applications, but these can be very hard to navigate through, and not to mention they do not offer head-to-head betting solutions. Oh, sorry. So the solution, Championship. Our premier software will allow all users to place their bets securely, legally, and from virtually anywhere. Accessible, convenient, and easy. We'll be the first to offer head-to-head betting solutions, and the rest of our features will be industry standard or better. These features will include a sports book offered through a partner, gaming, trivia, and more. Now let me explain how it works. So on the Championship app, users will be able to place a bet against their competitor in just a few simple steps. So after depositing the funds into your in-app wallet, simply pick your competitor, choose the sports game that you're willing to wager on, enter the wager amount, and then send your bet request. And not only is Championship convenient and easy, it's affordable. Our users will pay a simple service fee for each bet that is placed. So for our tier 1 bets ranging from a minimum of $10 to $20, there will be a 5% service fee. For our tier 2 bets ranging from $21 to $99, there will be a $1 service fee. And lastly, for all other bets ranging from $100 to our maximum bet of $10,000, there will be a 1.5% service fee that is assessed. So let's take a closer look at the competitive landscape. We are the only software solution that is complete. So DraftKings and FanDuel, as you all mentioned earlier, are fantasy oriented, and their sports betting solutions are unfocused, making them pretty intricate for the beginning bettors. Now, Bovada and other offshore enterprises are known for payment issues and website crashes. We will be using the highest financial products to ensure that we do not face these problems. In our first year of business, we are projecting a revenue of around $392,000 in convenience fees. And with the constant law changes and viral nature of the app, by year 5, we are projecting $27.4 million in convenience fees alone. Our tier 1 bets are the bread and butter of our volume-driven app, so we know that our bettors will be most comfortable wagering smaller amounts of money more often. Now, as we enter the market, we're projecting an increase of 4.6 million in year 2, phase 2, and this is where we'll be expecting a significant increase in the number of bets wagered by our users, especially in tier 1. Now, we have currently raised $43,000. Oh, it's time. Okay, sorry.
And that's your time. Yeah. Go ahead and unshare your screen.
All right.
There you go. And you got some to write some things down. We got some judges eager to ask you some questions.
Yes.
We're going to start with Zach this time.
Is this currently legal from a C2C level? Obviously, it seems like to bet currently you have to go from consumer to gambling site. Is there anything illegal from the C2C to G aspect of this currently?
Okay, next, Eileen.
How did you calculate what your service fees or convenience fees would be, and how do those compare to your competitors?
And Marty.
Yeah, I'm just going to ask the obvious one. I mean, you know, every time I turn on a sporting event, I see FanDuel, I see all these things spending gajillions of dollars to get my business. Why you?
Okay, Adrian, there you go. You got 2 minutes. Tim will, when your 2 minutes are up, and floor is yours.
Sure. Okay, so the first question, is it legal? So we would have to secure a license with a casino to start out. And basically it would be through a contract negotiation, of course, with revenue shares. And then we would bring in foot traffic for that particular casino. Now we're we're actually in the cahoots with the Portsmouth Casino that's coming up and the Pamunkey Casino as well. They're just in the midst of development, so they don't have any decision makers yet, as of yet, but we are in contact with them. Now, when it comes to calculating the service fees, we basically made a survey and asked people that already gamble and people that do not gamble what they would be comfortable with spending. And we found that there was no there wasn't any issue with us having a solid fee for, let's say if I wanted to bet someone $50 on the Dallas Cowboys against the Broncos, for example, it would just be a flat service fee at the beginning of that transaction. The company takes that money, and then after the live scores are available, whoever wins gets the rest of the money there. And that's just to basically circumvent the process of not paying someone the money that you promised them. That's the issue that we're trying to solve there. And why did we decide to do this is because gambling apps like FanDuel and DraftKings, although they're really fun for people that really understand betting, since betting just got legalized here in Virginia, it's really hard to understand the complexities of sports books and prop bets and things of that nature, especially if you're a beginner. So we've encountered a lot of beginners that go on FanDuel and these websites, but they end up quitting and never getting back on because they don't understand it. There's nothing that's catering towards the novice gamblers.
And that's time.
Okay, so that's Adrian Dews from Championship. Thanks, Adrian. Judges,
No
have you
problem.
marked your sheets and everything? Ready for your next pitcher? Wait just a second. I'll get a thumbs up from everybody. Zach, you good? Okay. Marty's good. Eileen's good. Okay. Our next pitcher is going to be Anita Lumpkin with Sneakers a la carte. Anita, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, the floor is yours. Tim's going to give you 3 minutes and have at it.
Can you see my screen?
Nope. Here it's coming now. Okay, we're good. Go ahead.
One moment. All right. Greetings. My name is Anita Lumpkin, and I'm the owner and lead curator for Sneakers a la carte, a mobily environmentally conscious themed retail experience that leverages algorithms and relationships to access some of the world's most exclusive footwear. As an industry pioneer, I've had the privilege of curating on an international level. Throughout my travels, I've cultivated a network of reliable industry relationships that have amplified my ability to procure rare, high-end collectible footwear. Over the last few years, sneakers have emerged from the pack and transcended from being a form of social currency into a bona fide alternative asset class, flooding the market with inexperienced consumers and replicas. This shifted the industry so much that acquiring authentic exclusive footwear for the everyday consumer has become an absolutely agonizing process. Our solution is simple. We provide an authentic, unique, environmentally conscious-driven experience that fosters a sense of elite social status within one of the world's most exclusive societies today, the sneaker community. Digital-first trends like buying online and picking up in store, appointment shopping, and curbside delivery are setting new customer expectations and reshaping the retail landscape. This makes it imperative for emerging retailers like myself to come up with new innovative ways of engaging and interacting with consumers. Thus, the birth of my mobile concept store, Sneakers a la carte. It's a beautifully blended balance of brick and mortar and online shopping laced with sustainability. From local festivals to college events, Sneakers a la carte will be able to go practically anywhere the consumer is. Our bricks and mortar trucks will feature solar-powered touchscreen self-service menus and state-of-the-art security systems. We will be integrating our services on a customized app, providing membership, delivery services, and on-screen in-app live lottery systems, to name a few. Now, sneakers have become products as worthy of informed valuations and investments as any other commodity. Currently, customer acquisition costs and resale are low and economics are looking good, while take rates and average order values are high. It is predicted that the market will grow at a whopping 20% year to year over the next 10 years, putting the US market at around $30 billion, earning favorable risk-reward characteristics. By providing an environmentally conscious theme experience, Sneakers a la carte has an exclusive advantage over other retailers. For example, we have chosen to focus on creating a full life cycle for every product, meaning each purchase comes with seated packaging paper and care instructions that promote conscious consumption habits. Did you know the average sneaker takes 80 years to decompose? Well, with our packaging, we ensure your sneakers soles have a final resting place. We are positioned to be the next billion-dollar company because we have developed high-level strategies over the last 4 years that have been tested, proven profitable, and in the marketplace. Our pricing tiers are based on Nike account classification systems, where the tier 0 products are deemed the rarest and hardest to obtain. Our ask is 3.1 million. Of that, 1.8 million is strictly cost of goods, comprising of 8,800 pairs of high-end sneakers. This evening, you have the opportunity to partner with me, a leading industry expert on this emerging asset class that is operating the S&P 500.
And we're at time, Anita. Okay, you want to go ahead and unshare your screen? And then grab a paper and pencil or pen, and you ready for some judge questions?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're going to start off with Eileen this time.
Thank you. I saw you pitch before, and congratulations, your pitch has improved quite a bit. Well done.
Thank you.
I'd like to ask about, do you have your first truck? If not, how much are you needing to raise before you can have your first truck? And how much of that do you already have? Like what's the cost and how much do you have towards it?
And Marty, you're next.
Yeah, two things. One, I'm always worried about counterfeiting in this market. So what do you do about anti-counterfeiting? And do you have any intellectual property that keeps you from, as a barrier to entry from other folks?
And then Zach.
So are you selling like really specific edition shoes, or are you taking the end of a shoe and having people, because I thought you were saying something about decomposing them at the end, or the soles take 80 years to decompose. Like that was very unclear. Like, are you selling new shoes, or are you a return aspect for people?
Okay, perfect. Thank you for the questions. First question, I do already have my first truck. It was a base model. I'm looking to upgrade now with the high-end material to a bricks and mortar truck. A brick usually costs about $5,000. Right now, I'm just building capital. As you know, I've been working on my pitch for about a year. So now I'm back out here trying to get that engine rolling. Second, I am currently working on my own intellectual property as far as an app, as well as my own algorithm machine, so that it consists me with purchasing shoes. And the way that I keep authenticity, I only purchase from directly the sources. Foot Lockers, Foot Actions, Nike. I don't do any secondhand purchasing, and I do all purchasing myself. And for the third question, I do limited edition, I do special releases, I do one of a kinds. And the purpose of my business is that sneakers take about 80 years to decompose. So sustainably, we're not making conscious consumption habits. So with my packaging, what happens is, as an example, when your shoe is old and tired, my packaging has seated paper in it, and you'll be able to use your shoe as a planter and plant and keep that life going. So as it decomposes, you're being conscious and friendly to the environment. Any more questions?
Got it. Okay. So that was a marketing angle. Got it. Can we ask more, or you want to?
There's time.
30 seconds.
Is there anything?
So
Anita,
why
you'd like-
shouldn't I, like, I feel like there is kind of like there's something to celebrate at when I'm going to like a Cream or a Commonwealth to stand in line to get the limited editions. Like why should I go to a food truck instead of going to the store like I normally would to get a limited edition?
Okay, you have to go to the product. I bring the product to you. You're not going to be standing in line at Cream 3, 4 all day, all night. You could be at the Travis Scott concert and turn around and see your favorite shoe of all time that you probably would never see right in front of your face, price to match StockX. I'm not one of those that go over. I do it for the culture. I'm really in it.
Got it. So you're more the Amazon last mile of that very specific thing to a person. Got it.
That's time.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Anita. That was Anita Lumpkin with Sneakers a la carte. Okay, next, Kamika Stephen. I don't see Kamika on here. So if she's not, if Kamika's not here, then we're going to head on to Levi. So Levi, you ready?
She says she's here.
Oh, she's here.
That's what she said in the comments.
Oh, okay.
Where?
I don't see her.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, we'll just turn it over to Kamika then. I'm not sure how to get
Oh, hold on.
on.
Let me try to. Try to make her a panelist.
Oh, she's on as a spectator.
Yeah, I just promoted you to a panelist, so you should be good.
There she is. Okay, Kamika, you ready?
I am ready. Yes.
Okay, do you want to share your screen?
I will.
Okay, and then Tim will give you 3 minutes and then we'll get you some questions. So the floor is yours whenever you get started.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna figure out how to.
You want to put it in presenter mode?
Can you see it?
Yeah. Go down to the bottom of your screen, go over to the right, and you'll see a little thing, no, all the way to the right. And keep going, keep going. There's a bunch of icons over to the right.
Okay.
So it says slide 1 of 9. You see that where it says that?
Yes.
Okay, then go down to where it says slide 1 of 9. And then
Mhm.
just run your cursor over to the right. Keep going,
Oh.
and you're going to see a little thing that's like a screen. It's right before that plus minus. Nope, the next one to the right. That's it.
Ah, thank you.
Okay, the floor is yours.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm presenting Ideal Asset Solutions, and it is geared towards helping small businesses and large businesses be more viable. It's geared towards helping small businesses start, grow, get funded, as well as large businesses help their teams within their companies succeed. All right. Okay, so the problem is that too many businesses are created without a sound foundation or guidance. Many businesses are created but fail within the first few years of being established, and too many people have a niche, a vision, and they're unsure of how to make their business grow. Therefore, the solution that Ideal Assets or IDS is presenting is a one-stop shop to provide a roadmap to help get the business started, get them funded, and help them grow. So, and doing research, according to Bureau of Labor of Statistics, 20% fail within the first 2 years, 45% fail within the first 5 years, and 65% fail during the first 10 years. Market size, so it would start in this area. According to statistics, in 2019, there were 1.76 million people within the Hampton Roads area. Hampton Roads area is considered the 37th largest metropolitan area in the US, and there's been over 800 small businesses created just within the city of Portsmouth. Okay, so Ideal Assets business model is to help small businesses with lending, whether it's to finance the business or to get a commercial property. It's also to help with financial planning for the business, providing tax solutions, business planning solutions, and corporate training. How we anticipate to grow the company and generate revenue would be the commissions based off of the commercial lending and the small business funding. Connecting small businesses owners with investors and connecting them with other opportunities within the Hampton Roads area that either provides funding for grants or any type of business loans. I will also offer group planning sessions and hourly planning sessions for people who are looking for financial planning and tax planning solutions. And then there's also business packages where they can get the business plan set up, they can get websites, access to my apologies, but they'll have a full service business package available for them for a set fee. If they need specific items, then they'll be able to get those individual ones for a fee as well. One special feature with IDS is that any business that contributes or gets any type of services, some of that funding would go towards Magnify Your Lifestyle, which is a
And that is time.
nonprofit. Sorry. All right.
Okay. Thanks, Kamika. You ready for some questions from our judges?
I am.
Okay. We're going to start with Marty this time. So you got a paper and a pen to write stuff down?
I do.
Okay. Marty, the floor is yours.
Yeah, great, thanks. So I used to run an organization at ODU, Old Dominion University, that offered all of these services for free.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to me about the competition and why someone would come to you when the SBA and others are offering very similar things for actually no money.
Okay, next, Zach.
Zach's mute, which is a good thing. Finally, thank God, finally
Zach's
Zach
buying
has been
drinks.
muted. I've lived for this.
I would ask, or I am asking, what kind of experience do you have in at least one of those specific subsets?
My question is, if it's just you and you can support 10 customers a week, how are you going to support 1,000 customers a week? What are you doing?
Okay, so Kamika, Tim's gonna give you 2 minutes and you may answer the questions.
Okay, can you guys hear me okay?
Yep.
All right, perfect. Okay, so for questions 1 and 2, I want to say they kind of go hand in hand with each other. So you mentioned, why would someone pay for my service versus going and get a free service? Well, a lot of times people don't even know about the services that are out there and available. So the purpose of Ideal Asset Solutions is to not only, be a business, but reach out to the community and go to different networking events so that we can get that exposure and let people know about the different resources that are available. They have the option to go to the free sources, or if they want something that's kind of more detailed and kind of one-on-one, they would be able to come to me for those services. In regards to my experience, I am a current mortgage loan officer and an insurance agent working towards CFP. So I do have experience in those areas. I did not get to my last slide. So I do have a team of people that would be able to assist me. The other component is I'm alumni of Norfolk State University. So one of those things would be reaching out to the colleges and providing internships, whether it be paid or unpaid, to help with the customers that I'll get in and to help support them.
And if there's anything else you left out, you got about 30 seconds.
Oh, I think I'm all good to go.
All right.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks. So that was, we'll give the judges a few minutes to write their, oh, go ahead. Sorry, Marty.
Nope.
Good. Okay. So we'll give the judges a chance to write down their stuff and put in their forms. And so again, that was Kamika Stephen with Magnify Your Lifestyle. Is that what it is, Kamika, or is it a different name now?
So no, so Ideal Asset Solutions is the actual name, but Magnify Your Lifestyle is the DBA. That's going to be the profit portion of it, yes.
Okay, cool. Okay, Levi, you're next. Are you ready? Ready to roll. Judges, you guys all ready?
I'm going to share my screen.
Ready? Marty's ready. Eileen, are you ready? Okay, cool. All right, please welcome Levi Johnson with NerdFlex.
All right, hang on. Let me make sure you guys can hear me on this. I'm using my iPhone, so we'll see.
And we can see your screen.
Cool.
And there you go. Floor is yours.
Cool. So the Hulk, Batman, Goku, Vegeta, what do these characters have in common? Well, besides being ridiculously fit, they have a huge fan following. See, I work at Comic-Cons, and when you think of nerds, you probably don't think of fitness. And you're not the only ones. The fitness industry also doesn't think of nerds. And that's where my company comes in. I'm a personal trainer for nerds, fitness for the fandom. What we do is we travel to Comic-Cons, we make anime, comic book themed workouts for people who are new to this industry, who are new to fitness in general. We make it a friendly environment, we make it relatable, and we add a dash of nostalgia to this. You can start leveling up your training here. We offer online training that's $100 a month, where you get me or one of my certified trainers to work out with you on a custom program or nutrition plan. We also have pre-made fitness programs. These are our bread and butter. These are $50 programs you buy. We make them on PDFs, email them to you. There's no overhead on them, and they get emailed to you directly. NerdFlex believes in finding the hero in you. We strive to bring fitness and fandom together by offering personal training, nutrition consulting, and custom tailored programs to help our community achieve their goals. And I just want to show you guys, this is some of our programs we make here. And down below, we actually have some of our clients. These are people that we've been working with. They've been hitting their before and afters. They've been putting in work, and they've been hitting fitness when they normally wouldn't. We have, you can see that their recommendations they put on here, giving me some good praise. I appreciate that. This is Freddie. He's one of my first clients. You can say he made this armor himself. If you don't know what cosplay is a billion-dollar industry. It's where people make costumes to emulate these heroes and characters. Well, emulating and making the armor isn't enough anymore. They want to look like these heroes. They want to actually be physically fit like these heroes. So that's when they hit me up. That's when they hit one of my trainers up. And we do this for them. Now, I started last year. I had some growth happen. Things that have been different things that have been made different is I was NerdFlex in the beginning, but now I realize I have a brand. I have something that can explode beyond just myself. Since then, I've sold 200 programs in a year, 50 each. I've sold 1,000 stickers for $5 each. I've went through 50 shirts when I was able to get those because supply's been crazy, sold out in 2 days. And I want to get more. I want to get supplements. I want to get shaker bottles. I want to get more branding because people not only love NerdFlex, the idea, they love repping the brand. So Comic-Cons are growing huge. I'm going to MegaCon in Orlando this year. It's 120,000 people that are going to see our brand. We're going to get fitness out there, and we're going to get nerds who didn't think fitness was for them into the game, and under my brand. I'm NerdFlex and Levi Johnson. I hope you guys like my presentation.
Nice timing.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Levi.
Yeah.
So judges have some questions for you. You got something to capture those questions, Levi?
I do.
Okay. We're going to start off with Zach.
Towards the end, you talked about kind of the switch where you became maybe more of a brand than just a fitness/nutrition studio that happens to be online. Are you going one way or the other at this point?
Next, Eileen.
Can you tell me about what your profit margin was on all of the branded products that you bought and sold already? What kind of margin did you have?
And Marty.
Yeah. First of all, I'm glad to see you make some progress since last time we chatted. $100 a month. How did you come up with that? Is that something that you've heard from the market as a reasonable pricing? Tell me about why you decided $100 a month is the right answer.
Okay, so Levi, you got 2 minutes. Tim's gonna put it on the clock and the floor is yours.
All right. First question, if we're going one way or the other, we can do both. So we do sell the programs. We do sell, we offer our services, but this is a pretty unique thing. And I've noticed I've built a community up. We're over 5,000 followers. We're working with celebrities. We're doing like Power Ranger programs with actual Power Ranger actors. We're building a following. So if we're already going to have that following, we need to have the brand to go with it. They're going to buy my t-shirts. They're going to buy my water bottles because this is the only fitness place that's for them. People love repping this. I've had people ask me for shirts. So we just sold out. Supply's been crazy and it costs more money than I thought. So that's why I need you guys. I need investors because once I get this stuff sells out fast. The second thing is profit margins. I only did t-shirts once. I did a Comic-Con last year. I said we sold out in 2 days. I did 50 t-shirts. I bought them. I think they were $14 each. We sold them for $25 a piece. Everything else, like I said, the PDFs to make the workouts, there's no overhead. Those just my time. And I sell those for $50. Most of this stuff is just my time. And for the $100 a month, that is pretty in between. I want to make this affordable. So most online training, all you got to do is offer either Facebook chat or FaceTime with them once a month. You make them a program, make them a diet, and they're on their own. They can hit you up if they got questions, but $100 a month for each client. You have minimal contact. You send them on their way. They got questions, they ask you, and I have now trainers that are taking more clients than I could take, and the companies, takes a split of that. So we do a 70-30 split. I keep 30%, they keep the rest. The more clients they get, the more trainers I get. It just kind of builds in pyramids with that for the online training. But again, my main aspect is the programs. Those things sell like hotcakes. People see a character they recognize on there, they love it right out the gate. You guys, any more questions? Well, we got time.
That's about time.
There you
Thank you.
go. All right. So thanks, Levi.
Absolutely.
Judges, you want to write in your comments, whatever you need to do, and we'll move on to the next picture. Marty's good. Zach's good. Thomas Hunter, you're going to be up next. Are you ready?
Yes, can you guys hear me?
Sorry, yeah, we're still waiting on Eileen to be ready. So hang on.
And we can't hear you.
You guys said you can?
Yes, very loud and clear.
We can.
Cool,
Yep.
awesome. All right, I'll share my screen.
Are you good, Eileen? You good? Okay, cool. All right, so please welcome Thomas Hunter with Edenic Energy, Inc. Once you share your screen, are you going to share your screen, Thomas? There you go.
Yes.
Once you're ready to roll, then Tim will give you 3 minutes. Once you start talking, the floor is yours.
Cool, awesome. My name is Thomas Hunter, and I'm the founder of Edenic Energy, and we are a green construction technology firm. And our goal is to tackle climate change by computerizing the entire construction industry. Now, our unique insight, we have parallel problems in this industry. First, construction's industry annual growth has only been 1% over the past 20 years, mainly because of lack of technology adoption to this industry. But it's also not a coincidence that the same industry that builds our buildings and builds our built environment, most buildings were built before 1980 and even older, but they waste $410 billion annually on operations and utility bills. Now, the next problem that we found is that these buildings and construction also produces 40% of CO2 generated by the built environment. Now, this is a huge issue. Climate change has been really big over the years, and we're starting to get some runway. And our solution is very simple. We automate the inspection and due diligence processes that are used when collecting building information and also construction processes. So what this does, we're able to implement sensors. We're also able to implement our software solution so we can aggregate the building data, but also make sure that we can have collaboration with the construction team and also the building owner. This gives the building owner a chance to make decisions that have to do with energy efficiency, and they can actually literally look at the entire life cycle of their building so they can make adjustments. Our pricing and our revenue streams, our main one is energy as a service, and energy as a service is a term from the DOE, Department of Energy. And what that means is that whatever we can save a building owner, we will get a percentage for a certain period of the year. Now, this just depends on the building and the size and the square foot. Also, our software as a service solution will be also monthly as well. Of course, we could do construction projects down the road, and also I do consulting with leadership and energy and environmental design. Now, the market is very huge. Construction is a $10 trillion market, but we want to focus on the buildings that are in the US, and we just want to capture 3% of these buildings in 7 to 10 years. Now, my name is Thomas Hunter. I'm a three-time founder. I have credentials in leadership in energy and environmental design. Also, I studied predictive analytics. Also, I'm an electrical engineer. But some of the cool things that I have done, I'm with 757 Startup Studios, the B-Force Accelerator with Black Brand, and also I'm an ICAP program alumni. So guys, this is Thomas Hunter, and please help me build paradise. Thank you.
Good timing.
Okay, thank you. So we're going to start with our judges. Got something to write down some of their questions, Thomas?
Absolutely.
Okay, and we will unleash them. We'll start with Eileen.
Congratulations on your pitch. So tell me, how long have you been working on this and how much revenue have you generated so far and how developed is your software? Oh, I think I snuck 3 in there, Tim.
Yeah. So you said how long? You said how long I've been working?
How long and how much revenue have you generated and how much of your software, your platform is developed? Are you 20% developed, 80% developed?
Okay, Marty?
Yeah, so Eileen did like 3 or 4 questions. I'll keep it simple. Tell me the barriers to entry, the IP of other people entering this market.
Did you say that there's a percentage of was the model of revenue? If so, why not just a standard monthly payment or something like that?
Okay, you got him, Thomas?
Yeah, well, hold on. Zach, could you ask your question again?
Yeah, I thought you said that they're taking a percentage, whatever you save them is how you'll make revenue. Why charge them on the percentage and not just a monthly fee or some sort of just contractual fee?
Got it. Cool.
Okay, whenever you're ready to start, Tim's gonna give you 2 minutes and the floor is yours.
Cool. So for how long I've been doing this? For 2.5 years. My first year, I was doing a lot of research, a lot of development and climate and everything like that to actually get the solution down. How much I have made, we have not made anything. We're a startup. We currently are pre-revenue. Also, our software solution, we're actually building the prototype now. So it should be done in a month. Now, for the second question, barriers to entry are mainly certifications, are mainly also like government issues, contractual issues, owner or maybe the owner. I may be talking to a person that's actually in the owner's building. So there's different contractual barriers, but also mainly it's the certificates that you have to get, the certifications that you got to get. And then Zach, you said your question was about the fee. So energy as a service, we do charge them a fee of the savings. For example, if they pay $100 a month on a bill, now I'm not saying that this is what it is, but say they pay $100 and I save them maybe 50, I would get a percentage of that 50.
So it's kind of like your gas bill style. It's how I normally pay it. It's got from the metro. Got it. Cool.
Yep. Cool.
All right.
Okay. Are you at time, Tim? Okay. All right. Well, that was Thomas Hunter with Edenic Energy, Inc. All right. Next on our final pitcher is going to be Derek Scott with D. Scott's Fit Camp. Derek, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Judges, you all ready? Marty's good. Eileen's good. Zach's good. Okay. You're going to share your screen for us or what?
No sharing today.
Okay. So we're ready whenever you want to start. Tim will put 3 minutes on the clock and floor is yours.
Death, heart disease, diabetes, fatigue, low self-esteem, obesity. All are just a few abhorrent things that happens to individuals every single day. These things could be mitigated and controlled if only humans exercise and ate more whole foods. But the problem with most of us is that we're pros at procrastination. When it comes to working out, and our taste buds are hijacked by processed foods, making it harder to eat whole foods. And that's where D. Scott's Fit Camp come in, because at the Fit Camp, each member gets a complimentary assessment discussing the client's potential goals. And from there, we deliberate about 5 pillars that structures the program. 1, the mindset. Within mindset, we encourage personal development, reading, listening to powerful audios is highly encouraged. 2, we have sleep, stress management, nutrition, and movement. And they also get a workout. And based on that baseline, my goal is to meet them right where they are and then customize a plan for them, speaking life into them and assuring them that better habits will be formed over time. Clients get access to the D Scott's Fit Camp app, allowing them to be plugged into a system for added accountability. It also includes a support group with all the Fit Campers, nutritional guidance, and workouts outside of the program. Derek Scott is my name, and since I became a trainer in 2008 at local gyms to finally securing my building, which has been a dream of mine last year, clients have told me what differentiated my programs is not actually the program itself, but it's being personable, interactive, and listening and respecting their limitations, whether they're an athlete or they've never worked out at all. And I'm very humbled by that. My target market is busy professional women ages from 25 to 65, and my 30-minute sessions are perfect for their needs. And most of my clients come from word of mouth and social media. So my resolve is to continue to help my community as a public service through health and wellness, and to combat the death, heart disease, diabetes, fatigue, low self-esteem, and obesity. Mental health is a big issue, as well as movement. And mental health is a big issue as well. And movement can release those endorphins and help raise their vibration. So this investment will help me to continue to upgrade my new building and equipment, and we'll use the investment for paid advertising as well as community workout events so that I can continue to provide the ultimate fitness experience to every single member every single time.
And that's time. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Derek. Ready for some judge questions?
Yes, just got my paper.
Got something to write things down with. We're gonna start with Marty when you're ready.
If you're ready.
Ready?
Yeah, so that there are a gazillion personal trainers out there. How does this scale? How does this become a business that scales and takes over the world?
Let me piggyback off of that question, because I was going to ask the scale question, but if you have a small studio now, you're doing 30 minutes at a time. That means you can do, if you work a standard day, 16 sessions a day. There is a cap on that. So how are you going to expand on that, or what have you seen to expand on that? Because you have a good target market in there. It's just unclear how you're going to be able to scale when you're very capped.
And Eileen?
My question would be around revenue and profit margins. So you need a pretty strong margin to be able to cover your overhead costs for a facility, but how do you price yourself competitively against the big gyms that can have lower rates, but you need to have a good margin in there? So what research have you done on that?
All right.
Okay, go ahead and answer. You got 2 minutes.
All set. So how does it scale? So to answer that question, I'm able to do small group training with 30-minute sessions. So my small group training is anywhere from 5 people or less, and they're all paying me $200 a month. So every member comes in, they pay $200 per month, and it's automated through my app, and they get to come see me 3 times out the week. And the app does other cool things. So that's could be $1,000 for that 30-minute slot. And so I work from morning to night. So I'm able to scale it that way. And so that pretty much covers the price and margins. Are there any other questions on that? Well,
So if you're paying for a facility and you have rent, you have utilities, you have insurance, so you may be making that kind of money, but what's your overhead? If you compare your revenue to your cost per month, what's your margin in the middle?
Fortunately, my rent is only $500 a month, and my insurance is only $63 a month. And that's pretty much my overhead, besides me buying tissue and paper towels and those things like that. So my margins is pretty good as far as what I have now. I have about 45 clients currently, and most of them are paying me $200. And I say most because I do offer one-on-one sessions, which they have to pay me $360 a month instead of the $200 a month.
But you have equipment, right?
Yes, I have equipment that I was able to acquire, but I don't have a lease on those equipment. So everything is paid for. My only overhead is $563 per month, besides the cleaning products that I buy, my paper towels, toilet tissue, soap.
Where are you located?
I am in near City Center in Newport News.
Cool.
And it was about who I knew. So it wasn't about, okay.
Good for you, Derek.
Okay, so that was time. That was Derek Scott with D. Scott's Fit Camp. Thanks, Derek. Okay, judges, you want to finish up your sheets or whatever, and then we're going to send you away. We're going to send you all and Dan and Gavin into the link, the judges deliberation room link. So you'll leave our session here and head over there. Everybody else, if you
when
want
you leave, you'll come back using the same webinar
yes,
panelist link that you used to join this.
yes. So then once the judges all leave, Tim, you have some information to share with everybody, don't you?
Well, we can, what is everyone up to? We can either take a 10-minute break and come back and chat, or you know what, let's take a 10-minute break and then come back.
Yeah, let's do that.
See if anyone has any questions or comments for me that they want to ask. Feel free to fire.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So I'm new to this whole, startup Peninsula. A good friend put me onto this, but I was wondering, who are you as far as like in the start of Peninsula? If that makes sense. Sorry.
No, I appreciate the question. So I've been working with the localities for the last 10 years with organizing this. I've been in the startup space for the last 10 years. Everything from this program to I started the regional business incubator in Greater Williamsburg. So helping businesses start there for James City County, York County, and the city of Williamsburg. I'm also the executive director of Start Wheel, which is consolidating, coordinating, and celebrating the entrepreneurial efforts across Hampton Roads. And along that process as well, I've turned into an angel investor. So I invest in companies as well.
Nice.
I got one for you, Tim.
Yeah.
You saw my presentation last year compared to this year. I know I reeled in the thematics this much. I didn't rip up the shirt this time, but how did I do?
Man, I was waiting for it.
For the finals, if I make it. I was trying to get more facts this time. I've been doing my homework.
Yeah. No, I mean, it was definitely noticeably toned down for sure. But yeah, I think that I thought that you did well. I think that the big thing. You hit the stuff that you needed to hit in terms of the one thing that I thought that I was going to hear more about, and you did a great job recovering in the Q&A standpoint. So for those that are new to this, and if you forget something that you want to say in the pitch, and then if you can find a way to circle around and bring that up during the question and answer period, Levi, that was something that you did when you talked about the following that you had. And you were able to demonstrate some of the traction that you had during the question and answer period. I thought that lended itself really well. But yeah, other than that, I thought that everything went well. I'd be curious to see what's going on in the deliberation room. But for everyone else, the whole idea of Start Peninsula is to validate your idea, to make sure that this is before you quit your job, before you max out credit cards, before you take a second mortgage on your house or whatever the case is. This is your time to learn and listen to what the judges have to say. Take that, but this is just the start of your journey. I welcome everybody. So if you advance, then that's awesome. But if you don't advance, don't stop, come back. We have we have 3 more micro pitches, like I said in the introduction. And before every micro pitch, we have what's called Pitch Perfect. And that's where Gary and I, we sit down with everybody and we'll tell you everything that you need to do to include in your pitch. It gives you an opportunity to practice that pitch. And then we continue to tweak it over and over and over again. And you all really, the progress that's made over that course of time is really, really significant. So the micro or the pitch perfects that we have that are coming up, and you're now on the email list, you'll get this, but April 6th, that's in preparation to the micro pitch on April 21st. And then we take the summer off just because it's really tough to get people to pitch over summer vacations and whatnot. But micro pitch 3 is September 14th, and pitch perfect in preparation to that is September 1st. We have micro pitch number 4, which is October 12th, and pitch perfect 4 in preparation for that is September 29th. And so Gary and I were very intentional on those dates because that gives you an opportunity to practice. We can tweak, and then it gives you time to master your pitch before you come back to the micro pitch for that final pitch. And then some people have different philosophies in terms of what they want to do. I think that you guys are in a great position because the people that pitch early, in my opinion, I think that you have the advantage because you either can, if you had an off night, you can come back and try again, or you go through and then now the work, you'll listen to feedback from the judges, and then you can work on those things that the judges talk about. And then when you go back in November and repitch your business for the $5,000 in seed funding, then you can show them all the progress that was made. So that's just my personal opinion. Other people like the opposite sense, and they would rather prepare and perfect the pitch, and then put all their eggs in the later basket. But it's all personal preference. But
Tim, I think Adrian had a question.
Yeah, shoot.
Or he already asked it. It was in the chat.
Oh yes, I had a question.
Yeah.
What did you all identify that I need to improve on for my initial pitch?
Gosh, I'm trying to think. I would have to go back and re-look. I think the biggest challenge that you're going to have is the fact that DraftKings and FanDuel have so much money and they have so many resources that they can just throw at people. It's really showing how you differentiate yourself from them, because when it comes to a spending race, they just have capital for days. So what is your approach going to be so that people don't automatically think, man, this dude's out here trying to compete against the big dogs. How is he going to do it?
Okay, wonderful. And did you have anything else, Gary?
I'd have to go back and look at it. I don't remember.
Okay.
You mean from tonight? You mean from tonight's pitch?
Yes.
Yeah, I need to go back and look at everybody's, and
there's so much going on in the background for us that, and that's one of the things that I enjoy listening to the pitches. You can enter multiple micro pitches, but once you win, then you're just advanced to the finals. So you only can be a finalist once.
Cool.
But I'm telling you, I mean, this program has been really, really successful. For those that haven't seen, just a couple of weeks ago, a prior winner of Star Peninsula, 3 or 4 years ago, was a company called Instant Teams, and they won when it was in Williamsburg. They just raised a $13 million Series A. So, I mean, they're off to the races. I mean, you have a lot of people that are going to care about your success. This is all what you make it out to be. If you listen to what people have to say and you and keep at it, you will do well. The only losers tonight are the ones that get discouraged and stop. So you definitely, I can't stress enough just to keep on tracking it. So like one thing that I tell everyone that pitches starting tonight, this is being reported, go back and listen to the questions that the judges asked and start documenting every single whenever you pitch, and you should pitch every opportunity to every person that you see. Start to write down every single question that people have. And if
Yeah,
you see,
and when you say that, go listen to all the questions the judges asked the other pitchers, not just yours.
yeah,
Really listen to what was asked there. What's the focus? What do they seem to be getting at? That's valuable.
but in terms of your pitch every time, write the questions down, because if there's the same question that's being asked about your pitch over and over and over again, that means there's a hole in your pitch. So you need to address that question before it's even asked. One of the big obstacles that people face when they pitch is, as soon as an investor of some kind is listening to the pitch and they hear something that they disagree with, then they're only going to be focused on what they disagree with. So just like we were talking with Adrian, they're only going to think of how are they going to compete against FanDuel? How are they going to compete against these big people? So that's the stuff that you want to address that right away, so that you can just cut out any of those objections, because once there's an objection of some kind mentally, then the rest of the pitch is not being heard. Any other
Can you so what happens if we were to advance, like, so if we get picked to advance, what happens? Like, do we have to attend the other? I didn't catch that. Do we have to attend
if you advance, then you go through the round in November. You'll be in the top 12, and the top 12 will pitch in November. That's the top 3 from the 4 different micro pitches. Then when you repitch again, then the top 3 of that final pitch event, they each get $5,000 in seed funding, with a whole host. Right now we're going around to different businesses and getting different prizes. So the seed funding is just one aspect of it, but incubator space, retail alliance memberships, chambers of commerce memberships, different opportunities like that are given to the winners. But then as being a finalist, everyone gets $500 as a finalist. So places 1 through 3 get 5,000. Places 4 through 12 get 500.
And I would also suggest that if you're one of the top 3 tonight and you haven't gone to a pitch perfect, I suggest that you attend one and see what things you could add. What might you be missing, and not stop practicing and rehearsing, but to really keep going. Just don't rest that you got a spot, because that's still more than a half a year away, the final. So
yeah, and
the judges are back.
Oh,
2 of the 3.
Oh, I'm scared.
And there's Marty.
I'm always scared.
Frightened.
So the 757 Startup Studios in downtown Norfolk are holding an info session to learn more about what the studios are and whether or not you'd be interested in joining us. But we have applications open, but the info session's on March 30th if you want to register for that. I put a link in the chat.
And
before we do announcements, judges, do you guys have any general comments that you'd like to make to the folks that pitched tonight? General things that would help virtually everybody?
Yes, practice your pitch, practice it on people who have no idea who you are. Problem, solution, traction are the main things on that. If you don't understand what problem, solution, traction means, reach out to Start Peninsula's team so that you can understand what that is. Problem, solution, traction, and practice your pitch. Like, if you can articulate your pitch, we can understand what you're doing. And if we can't understand what you're doing, then it's hard for us to get behind something. And so just because you have it in your head and you know it and it's great, start telling the whole world, start telling a lot of people, and start getting some of that feedback. You'll learn a lot just from doing that.
I would say,
Oh, go ahead, Marty.
well, I was just saying Zach is surprisingly articulate on this topic. I'm sure I taught him everything he knows. Yeah, start with the problem. Just tell us what problem you're solving. And that from there, everything flows. And the worst thing you can be is a solution looking for a problem. So start with the problem and let us know what that means.
But the problem needs to be big enough. Like, it can't just be the people around me in my community need this item, right? Like, you need to prove to us that the problem's big. And not only is the problem big, it's far from our region. It's very big. You have the potential to grow nationally, maybe even internationally. So think about, as you're pitching your product or your service, how do I convince somebody that I can do this for thousands or tens of thousands of people, and have that story hold all the way through problem, solution, and that traction and that growth.
Yep.
So good luck to all of you, though. I really, really commend you for being where you are today, that you have the courage to follow your dreams, and that you're trying really hard and you haven't given up. Not everybody's moving forward, but you're all here, and just keep trying.
Marty, did you already give your thoughts?
I did. Yep.
Oh, okay. Hang on 1 second.
Wasn't listening either, Gary.
No, I was trying to confirm the 3 top placers here.
Go Villanova.
I'm just double checking.
Haven't checked.
For the record, to everyone listening, Marty did not teach me everything.
A few things.
Yeah.
Checking with Tim.
I think that, gosh, I don't know, who was it that messed it up? The host of Family Feud. I don't want to be that dude. Because I have numbers of the companies, but I want to make sure that my numbers of the companies are the same numbers as what was passed on to me.
Dan, I sent you a response. If you could just confirm.
Yes, I confirm.
Those are correct. The names go with the numbers.
Wasn't it didn't he say like Happy Easter on the wrong? I don't remember what he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, then we can make our big announcement, but don't everybody run away, because we're going to get a group picture. I think Tim wants to take a group picture before we all depart. But so you ready? So our 3 folks from tonight that are moving on to the next round, the final round, are, drum roll, Championship, Edenic Energy, and I could just hang here for a while, couldn't I? Nerdflex. Look, he's going crazy. I didn't want to do it before he went crazy. Okay, so Tim, you want a picture?
Yeah, well, everyone show us your pearly whites. Let me get rid of this chat window. All right, 1, 2, 3. Perfect. All right, congratulations to everyone. Everyone heard what we had to say during the intermission in terms of this is the beginning of the journey. Attend Pitch Perfect, come back out for the next micro pitch. Those that are advancing, attend Pitch Perfect. It's still just the beginning there. You've heard questions from the judges. You've heard the comments from the judges. Those are things that you need to work on. So in November for the final event, you need to be able to answer and address those questions as well and show some progress. But I'm available to anybody if anyone has any questions of any kind. But I thank our host localities, City of Hampton, Newport News, Williamsburg, James City County, York County, and the city of Pocosin. Thank you. We couldn't do it without you. Gary, thank you so much. To our judges, thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it. Gavin, you're the man.
Cool. Thanks for being here, everybody.
Thank you.
Zach, you got a message in here. Did you see your message?
Yeah, Harry, find me online and we'll set something up. Or
Cool.
ask Tim for my email and he'll go too.
Okay.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Just
you,
in time
guys.
for,
Okay, thanks for being here.
Ready to practice, everyone.
Yep.
You
Bye,
guys.
Gavin.
Yeah, have a good
Thanks.
weekend. See ya.
Good work.